I'm Yadira Vieyra. I am a representative of the United States at the Synod of Bishops, and I was born in Mexico and currently live in the United States. I've been working with different kinds of immigrant families in the United States, mostly addressing their mental health, and that's one of the reasons why I am here at the Synod, to address the fact that the immigrant families are in need of support, not just in terms of immigration representation, but also their mental health and their well-being. It's important for the church to be at the forefront of where the immigrant families are, in terms of meeting them at the border, meeting them at detention centers, and having different priests and church leaders be there with them, walk with them. I think we forget that a lot of these families are not even celebrating Mass, that they're not receiving the Eucharist, and it's important for the church to be there. On a Sunday, I think it would be very important to have a priest to be with them, accompany them in that, despite the fact that they're in a detention center, they're still worthy of receiving the Eucharist. I think it's also important for church leaders to really hold leaders in the United States accountable, because their policies are threatening the family unit. And we know that within the Catholic Church, the family unit is very important, and we must preserve that family unit. A good number of Synod bishops have mentioned that in their countries, they're also experiencing the issue of migration and immigration, and a lot of these families are not being accompanied. They also don't know how to deal with it. And that's exactly what's happening in the US. We have a large number of families fleeing violence, fleeing war, who run to the US for support, and the US doesn't know what to do with them. And now we have all of these detention centers. We have children separated from their families because the US doesn't know what to do with them, and that's exactly what's happening in other countries. A lot of church leaders don't know what to do, and the church as a whole should provide guidelines on how to address that. I know it varies within different churches and different countries, but coming up with concrete ways in which the church could not only walk with these families, but also provide other resources that doesn't just entail saying, like, have faith that God will carry you through this. It's also important to stand with them in a political environment where they're vulnerable and they need the support.